Hello and welcome to the Morning Mix. My name is Eric Lemibe. This is where we get to serenade your morning with quality talk. Yes, we're going to be looking at changing the movie industry using innovations and technology. I don't do this alone. I have the beautiful
Mrs. Sampson. Yes, welcome to the Morning Mix. Today we have a guest in the house. Yes, you want to know who our guest is? Don't worry, just don't go nowhere. All these and more when we come back. Don't go nowhere. Good morning, beautiful people. Yes, it's another day and welcome to Morning Mix. You already know this is a show where we just, set you in the right mood. My name is Mrs. Sampson. You already know with me is a guy that is already feeling himself before I even introduce him. I'm like, what is wrong with this guy? Eric, how are you doing?
Good morning, Tomison. How you doing?
I'm fine. But why are you feeling yourself early?
It's good to feel yourself, Early. It's a beautiful morning.
We know.
Yeah, motivate yourself.
Okay.
Motivate yourself.
Sure.
Yes, motivate yourself, because if you don't, nobody will. Regardless, live your good life, all right? And this is that time where we get to wake you up, keep you up to speed on what's going on in the world. But trust me, we're going to be serenading your morning with something very beautiful, because a lot of things, it's going down right now. So we're going to be looking at Hollywood, Nollywood, innovation, technology, all that on this show.
That is right.
All right,
today's topic is disrupting the film industry using innovation. You get disrupting simply means just identifying that gap and just filling it in with the necessary things. So that's what we're looking at.
Mama, they say me we run. All those parts we're done. Uncle, you kill my father with juju. Aren't you tired of it? If we must hear of it, aren't you tired of it? Aren't you tired of it?
Nollywood body, all of that, you get. We are definitely looking at, how we can up our game, how the movie industry can, just step up and just be on the same,
if not the same with Nollywood, if not the same with Hollywood.
The same.
You can't. There's no how we can.
We're really trying.
Listen, babe. Listen. Hollywood.
Yeah.
They keep a budget. They write a film.
Right.
They source for these characters. Yeah. Like, they don't say who can play the role.
Right.
They write a they write a story about a particular character. They look for somebody who fits into that character. Now, if they find somebody who fits in that character and doesn't have the body or the shape of that person, they build this person to that character. Nollywood is still lacking in that aspect.
So true.
1. 2. Stories that will change your thinking. We already know we have a Jeo show and Yami Oshodo Moniga. We already know we have those things. And what makes you think the Nollywood don't know they have it? And that's where you have Captain America. That's why you have Iron Man. That's why you have Batman.
Yeah.
It's time for us to be innovative, all right? We can't beat Nollywood at once. Yeah. When Nollywood will use how many billion to just shoot one movie? While Hollywood, listen, a movie with a budget of $1 billion or $100 million will span for 6 months. Hollywood will bring money. Nollywood will budget 200,000 naira and shoot it in 1 week.
1 week.
Please.
I mean, there is this case, right? I get your point. But we're trying regardless. But this thing is, you said something about, when you want to write a script or when you want to create a story, proper planning, you already thinking of the character or the person you want to use. But here in Nigeria, all we do is, can you play the role? How much are you collecting? So they tend to just find somebody that will collect the amount they are offering.
Exactly.
You get, or they just come, my brother is somewhere that can, you can just use it. You get, it should not be like that.
Then you go and buy food, book for hotel for that person.
Right.
And the person just comes and does whatever he or she feels is okay for them and goes away. And they start, peddling it. I just did a movie. Have you seen my film? I said, what's in the mommy? Have you seen my film? No.
The thing is, if you give them feedback, they will feel you are just not supporting their dream. The thing is, you're not really giving the quality that Nigerians want here. So even if they are giving you feedback, instead of you to think, I think they're just hating on me, why not listen to them so that you can, take corrections when you want to make your next movie? You know where to work on, you know what to work on, you know what to work with, and not just see as if, Nigerians are attacking me. They don't like my movie. It's because they don't like me. So why are you loving this person's movie and you're here with bad-mouthing my movie, but you need to, I mean, we know we have a lot of movie producers, we have a lot of movie directors and all of that. So instead of, just saying, okay, I think I just want to like produce my own, I have 5 million naira, I have 1 million, I want to do this. Instead of doing it, bit by bit, why not come together
and and make a good movie?
Yes, and not just rush to like produce a movie because you get
my production.
You want to make your money. 1 week you're done shooting. If you look at Hollywood, at times it takes a year for them to like
I'm saying you see a budget of $10 million.
Yeah.
And it will be spanning 6 months before they even finish the montage, before they get casting, because casting is very important. There was a day I was watching something on, I think it's The Boss now. I was watching something on The Boss and I found out that it took them a year to get a certain cast for a certain role.
Wow.
They were looking for somebody with that oblong face. And you see, let me tell you something.
Okay.
Watch Hollywood and see the people and the amount of persons who put their energy, strength, and talent into making just one movie.
Right.
You ask yourself, how do they pay these people? Yeah. Do you know there's a company in Hollywood that is solely for casting of character?
Yes.
Sony is solely for audio.
Right.
Dolby is solely for audio. Do we have that thing in Nigeria? No, we don't.
The producer will be the casting director, will be the one to still direct. I mean, it's not bad if you know how to do
but some
all
of our some of our new directors right now, they've discovered the fact that, okay, you know what?
Yeah.
I want to do a movie. Write me a song that is telling this story.
Right. Yeah.
I'll tell you a movie where that happens. There's this movie where Simi, not Simi now, Chike, I think it's Gang of Lagos.
Gang.
Go listen to the soundtrack. In as much as Chike was on that movie, just go listen to it. Fantastic soundtrack for every scene, And there's another one again, I think Buka something, Toya Imaku and
Battle on Buka Street.
Oh my goodness. There's some sweet Nigerian movies that, we don't have that, what's it called? The film mirage, like you call it film trick, I call it film mirage.
Okay.
We still don't have the good film tricks, but storytelling, let's just tell quality story. Let's just tell fantastic stories, all right? Because Gen Zs are coming. I know somebody who can actually, give us that graphics effect of gunshots, fight choreography. You go on social media, you see some boys, they give you the fight choreography.
Yeah.
They know how to do it.
I mean, I think we have somebody in the, in Nollywood that does that.
But why?
I think
Why are they using it?
In Nollywood, they are using it.
How many action movies have you seen in Nigeria?
Let's say Gangs of Lagos, Brotherhood.
Oh, that one is still street fight. I'm saying like a John Wick kind of movie. Wahala. I know you're looking at me like, what is wrong with Eric? Exactly. But it would be nice to see a John Wick kind of movie from Nigeria because we have a lot of story to tell. Even in your hood, you pick a story about an Agbero that, felt he was the alaye until a certain Agbero from another.
Yeah.
You can't tell these stories. You can't finish it, all right? Yeah. So I think the part where innovation needs to come in is give these young stars, they know how to, create their graphics. Yes. They know how to, I've seen somebody who's good with, what's it called now? Makeup.
Okay.
I've seen, there's online, the effects. I saw somebody who does this, what's it called now? The Living Dead, the zombie graphics.
Oh, wow, really?
He makes you up, makes you look like a zombie and all that. I'm like, wow, this person is in Nigeria. How come they've not utilized his skill? And I saw some boys again from Port Harcourt.
Okay.
They have this beautiful fight taekwondo sequence and all that, and they have series that they've shot on the internet.
Wow.
Rather, they'll go and pick Ikorodu boys. Yeah, they are sweet boys. They are talented, but there are other people that can also sell your movie. Now, this is not me trying to, cause any brouhaha, but I heard that the cult carcass in the Nigerian movie industry.
Definitely. That one is a sure thing because at times, if you even notice, if you see a particular director, you already know the cast. You don't have, you already know the faces. So that's how it's done. So it's more like, okay, this is my clique. These are my people. And
there's nothing wrong with it.
There is nothing.
There's nothing wrong with it, but please be innovative. There are things that people are watching out for. The first movie where people actually said, okay, I think Netflix got our back now.
Okay.
You know, when people saw the story of that sisters, I've forgotten the name of Blood Sisters.
Okay.
It's just the storyline.
Yeah.
It's just the storyline. All right, and some other Ajasa.
Yeah.
It's just the storyline. And when people saw Blood Sister, they were like, okay, I think I can do this. Ramsino actually did a remix of, you know, the Living in Bondage. It made sense.
Yeah.
Imagine if they had started the story the way Ramsino told it back then. Do you know where would have been now? You know, I'm not saying your mama, that food poison for you is not a good movie. Or you killed my father 5 years ago. Uncle, is not fair. You're not punishing us.
Or Palace maid. This one, that one.
Oh God.
I mean, we have individuals.
And you'll be asking yourself, is India, Bollywood, what's going on? What are we? Bollywood, it will take 50 minutes to run down the staircase. 50 minutes to run down the staircase. We're not here to criticize or castigate anybody.
Yeah.
We're saying use innovative ideas, you know? All right, we have somebody who's going to be telling us how fintech, technology, how they've been able to mix all that together to get a quality movie industry. I know it's not easy to break into the movie industry. It's really, you know, really hard. And I even heard there's a cult following, or how do I call it now? There's a strong carcass in the movie industry that you need to actually follow. But hey, we'll get there.
Right. All right, let's go on this break, and when we come back, we continue the show. Don't go nowhere.
All right, welcome back. It's still the morning mix, and we've been here serenading your morning with quality talk, and we have been looking at disrupting the movie industry using innovation and technology. Yes, we have somebody in the house that is going to shed more light on it this morning. So we're going to be talking about technologies, innovation, yada. Too much tech talk this morning, so stay tuned. Don't move a muscle, because Z is in the building. Z, how you doing, Z?
Hey guys.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
It is not easy. Only you, songwriter. You're an actor and also co-founder of a tech company. I mean, that is amazing.
Sorry, Z. You know, we're from not London, both of us. In case you're just wondering,
I'm actually from Nottingham, guys.
Nottingham.
Oh, really?
She just returned, so
I
she's
just got back.
from where again?
I'm from Nottingham, but
Behind
I just
Jibo, right?
got back. What?
Nottingham, behind Jibo.
Where is Jibbo?
Please don't mind Eric.
Don't mind me, I'm just kidding. So how you doing?
I'm doing well.
Welcome on the show.
It's such a pleasure to be here.
Right. You look nice, by the way.
Thank you.
Tommy said, don't do that.
What is wrong?
Don't do that.
I mean, it's just normal for me to just compliment her.
Yeah, she's pretty.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into it.
Yeah.
Before we talk about innovation, there's something we talked about and it's really, you know, moving me somewhere.
Yeah.
President of Gen Z.
Cheerleader.
Oh, you're the cheerleader. Gen Z, right?
Gen Z.
How's that coming for you?
Well, I mean, do you know what? I kind of stumbled across the name during the pandemic, right?
Okay.
Because that was such, you know, for us Gen Zers, we care a lot about our mental health, so that was such a draining time for us. And I remember during, you know, Clubhouse days.
Yeah.
Clubhouse, were you guys on Clubhouse?
Yes, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I was on Clubhouse as well, and like I remember meeting someone called Mr. Future of Work, and his
Wow.
entire brand was literally innovating the future of work. So for me, I was just like, what is my own purpose? And I was like, I'm literally mobilizing Generation Z. And I used to cheerlead as well.
Okay.
And I just like, okay, I'm going to call myself the Gen Z cheerleader. So that's where Z came from. So people like Z,
wow.
Gen Z cheerleader, mobility, you know. Yeah.
Are you in Nigeria?
Am I a Nigerian?
Yes.
Dude, I was born in Lagos.
Oh,
Okay.
really?
I'm Delton. I am Urobo.
Okay.
Wow.
Can you speak your language?
I can speak. Oh yeah, let me speak for
Yeah,
you.
speak small.
Migwo,
Brando.
Mavo.
Ah, really? She's so sweet. All right, with all the Gen Z, the swag and all that innovation, you're into tech.
For sure.
Yeah. So how is it like? Like, how did you come about? You know, your tech space,
Yeah.
and what was the backstory like for you?
Yeah. So I guess I think I first stepped into the venture capital industry when I was like 19 or so.
Wow.
So I was really young, and I had other friends that were like, or colleagues that were literally also equally young. So we
Okay.
call ourselves like Gen Z VCs, Gen Z
Okay.
investors. And years later, obviously, how old am I now? I'm 23, turning 24.
Okay.
And I knew I was always going to build something based on me being very entrepreneurial.
Okay.
And I'm actually building in the intersection of creative industries and technology, which is merging my passions, being creative. So disrupting and creating a new solution for the film industry, right? How it came about is that I have a passion for storytelling.
Okay.
Okay.
I feel like for me, I've literally navigated different industries, literally from being an athlete, dance, everything, you name it, right?
You danced at a point.
I still dance I can dance for you right now.
No,
but
don't worry. Don't worry.
Like, I have these skills and these things, these passions in me. But yeah, coming up with like disrupting the film industry, again, goes back to storytelling.
Okay.
And for me, it's really important as a young female and like for us to have role models.
Right.
And guess where we're seeing them? When we're watching Netflix, when we're watching TV, we're seeing people who look like us, doing things that we would want to do. So that was a great inspiration for me. And I then thought, okay, you know what? I want to tell African stories. I want my sister who's younger than me. My sister's 16. Like, yeah, I literally love my sis. But like, I want my sister. I want other young girls to like, and just young folks, the next generation, to be able to see stories that impact them. And where does that come from? If you're going to have more diversity, inclusion, and representation in TV and media and film, it comes from actually being able to mobilize the people who are telling stories, which is the filmmakers, right? These filmmakers don't necessarily have the access to funding, the access to opportunities, the access to the platform to actually get the stories heard.
Yeah.
And then on the other side, you have like studios who are trying to come into Africa, like Amazon Prime doing deals, Netflix, the Disney, and the rest of them. So I'm just like, okay, you know what? There's a problem here. How do we connect the dots? So that's where you guys came from. We're like streamlining the process and democratizing that access to help filmmakers get their stories heard, in short.
All right, so how's the journey been for you so far?
Yeah. In what way? There's two ways. There's obviously one, the fact that I just got back to Nigeria, right?
Yes, that's
IJGB, or what do they call me?
I just got back.
I just got back. No, every single time I open my mouth, people are so quick to tell me that I just got back.
So how has it been for you?
Since I got back, do you know what? It's so funny. I thought I was gonna be here for a month, and it seems like I'm gonna be here for a while.
All right. Away from that now, what's your assessment when you talk about the Nollywood? What's your assessment of Nollywood?
In what way though? Because there's so many complexities.
All ramification, production, funding, quality of picture, storytelling. What's your general assessment of Nollywood?
Okay, so in terms of production, overall I'll say there's a march of progress. When I say march of progress, I mean so the quality of films we were making when I was like a child, the films that my grandma likes to watch, I can put the newest high quality Netflix film, my grandma will be like, no, go and give me the Village one. Because she wants that. That's just preference, right? But I'm saying that from those type of films that were distributed, or like we used to watch on, on TV when we were younger, I feel like there's a march of progress, there's much quality. There's also more interest from like Western partners trying to come into this region, and the positioning of our film industry, not just in Africa but also globally. I feel like there's a lot of potential over the next decade for the impact to be made in this industry. But with anything, if you're trying to mobilize, especially the standards you have, for example, in Hollywood, they have guilds, they have associations, they have the infrastructure of the people who are actually going to mobilize and structure us being able to perform at a high standard. I think these things are going there, but there's still not enough funding, so it means that what's currently happening is that like these studios, these TV networks, these Western partners are probably going to the same people to do their deals, right? Which means that a lot of other people are marginalized from the opportunity because they don't have either that network or they don't know them. And I feel like that's something I'm like trying to democratize, because they don't have funding and all of that stuff. So yeah.
So how has it been for you, getting people to like listen to, we all know that people don't really want to like pay attention to Gen Z this period.
Exactly.
I don't think
they are ready enough. You know, they
don't.
don't actually think outside the box.
Yes,
or they don't even see that there's a box to think, you know, within.
Right.
You know, like the Gen Zs. I've spoken with a couple of few. I found out that they don't even believe there's a box. You know, when people say think outside the box. Somebody once told me, yo, there's no box to think outside, please.
Oh my God.
I think you should, you know, just be you. Gen Z is all about being you.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, have you been able to, you know, mix all this and move
Still
with
be
it?
myself.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know what? One thing I'll say is that being a tech founder actually ages you. It ages you because in the sense of like, say if you have co-founders and business partners are like maybe 10 or 15 years older than you and you're like the youngest one on the cap table, like you're forced to operate at that level of maturity and
live up to their
standard
mindset,
and
flow with the same
quality.
wavelength.
Exactly. But then when you're now back with your friends, you know, just hanging out and stuff, I'm like, I always try and maintain my Gen Z. Like my friends applaud me for being able to maintain my Gen Z energy. Do you understand? Like it's having a balance, you know? But I mean, going back to what you said about what people think about Generation Z, I do agree to some extent. But I feel like because I see a lot of Twitter threads, for example, and people always complain about Gen Z in the workplace, our behavior and all of that stuff. And thinking about outside the box. I do think that a lot of us, especially for example, the OT community, people are defying the odds and not trying to fit a box. And I will say I personally have always been that person from when I was young. I don't like boxes. I do not like boxes.
All right, there you have it. You have anything to say? Because we're running out of time.
All right, let's go on this music break. When we come back, we definitely continue the show. Don't go nowhere.
Don't stray breath.
All right, guys, welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is still Morning Mixy, yes, and we still have our guest in the house. Yes, I'm talking about Esther. She is not just young, but she is talented, and also she is beautiful.
And she is super beautiful. Yeah.
Exactly. She is not just a songwriter, but also an actor and also co-founder of a tech company. So let's just like, how do you manage, you know,
how do you mix up all these things,
an actor and also
how do you survive all the stress?
You know what I did? I basically like, once I knew all my passions, what all my passions were from trial and error, I just streamlined my life.
I love that. Trial and error, meaning you made your mistakes, you learned
I'm still
from...
making mistakes. I'm 23, like, you know, it's just learning curves. But no, I literally streamlined like my life. Like I feel like my life is like kind of in the same industries, you know, so it's easier to navigate doing things because you're in the same spaces.
No, ZZ, calm down. Tech, acting, movie, business. No, that's a rigorous way.
No, it's not, because tech, right? I'm building the film industry. I'm an actress. Like when I'm like, the vision is to create soundtracks for films. Like it's all in the same space. And if you talk about creative, which is like the industry, tech industry I'm in, is the intersection of creative industries and technology. So that is combining all of them together.
It's like still the same.
It's like making stew.
Right.
Oh, concussion stew. Concussion stew. Wow.
Right. So how has it been for you? You know, moving, relocating to Nigeria. You know, finding your space and your stand in the movie industry. You know, it's always not easy for you to like, you know,
to break into the Nigerian music industry or movie industry rather.
So I just did my first film. No, it was a TV show, and I was the lead character. It's coming out soon, guys.
Really?
Watch the space. But it was very different for me because, firstly, they casted me in a Nigerian accent, and I'm British. The British. My friend, every time my British accent comes out, like my friend will be like, the British. It's the British. Like, in it. Like, you get me. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't given. So I had to charge it.
I was like that when I got back to the first time I got back. I was like that too. Until always tell me Eric the British, the British, the British.
The British.
And she always tell me Eric the accent. I'm like, okay, I turn it down. Not London, we turn it down.
Oh my God,
I'll let you shine. So you're saying it's been easy for you?
No.
Okay.
It hasn't been. Like, I think
I love you. No. I love the no. The stress on it is the no for me.
It's the no for me too. Like, I think the biggest challenge is the fact that, especially in this new like Nollywood, right? I think one, people will cast you in maybe your British accent, but like being casted in, obviously I'm quite, emerging, right? So this is just my normal experience. So being casted in a Nigerian accent, like it shows that I can do a Nigerian accent because I'm Nigerian, right? I can navigate different dialects, right? But it was just difficult to navigate because I'm British.
Sorry, how many Nigerian languages do you speak?
Urhobo.
Okay.
Urhobo.
Okay.
Urhobo.
Urhobo.
Pidgin.
Do you know what? People think I should be good at speaking Pidgin English because I'm from Warri, right?
Of course.
But my friends have banned me from speaking Pidgin English because the British. I'm speaking British Pidgin English. I was saying that like I meant to say no wahala, and I said no walala.
Wow.
No why yo
no why waiting.
No why yo
What are you saying?
Waiting.
Like my friends were just like, my friends were just like, just don't do this. Like, just stop. So it's not given.
So it's just that British.
The British and Urhobo.
So how were you able to, play your role very well? You said they gave you a role in Yoruba.
Oh no, I can get in character.
Really?
Waiting this up.
I just got back with really trying so hard.
Yeah.
Really trying so hard. All right, just in case you're tuning in, it's still the morning mix, and we've been having chit chat with Esther, and her name is Z again. I love it when she says she's Z, and she said she's the cheerleader of Gen Z. Yes, in case you didn't see that part, hey, watch out, Esther is here to really tell you one of the good things. All right, let's talk about the disadvantages and advantages of all you've seen so far after you returned. It's the entertainment space, whether you like it or not. All right, it's still the entertainment space, movie industry, music industry, entertainment space. What's your take on it?
Do you know what? Based on let's say this year alone, I've had way more fun, like doing stuff in the Afro diasporic space. So for example, two takeaways that I've really enjoyed this year. So the first was hosting Ruga's show in Poland. I took the walk to Poland. Like, I really enjoyed that. I went to Warsaw for the first time, and it was just so spontaneous. And also, an audience that nobody knows you. Perfect. Because nobody cares. You can just be yourself on stage. Nobody actually cares. Because guess what? I'm not going to see them again.
That's true.
I don't know when next I'm going to Warsaw, Poland. Like, it was amazing. And then the second one was Nollywood Paris. That was right before I got back.
Okay.
That was amazing because a lot of Nigerian actors and filmmakers traveled to Paris, and it was great to see that Afro-diasporic experience of Nollywood. And I actually enjoyed those Afro-diasporic experience more than being back.
Wow.
So
what's the difference?
Right.
What's the difference? I think the way diasporans are more, they have more energy towards anything Africa right now.
No, okay.
So obviously we're in Nigeria, right? Everyone has been Nigerian for all their life. But then a lot of people, say Americans, they haven't been, they're just African American. A lot of them just know being American. So when they see a new culture, they're more excited about it. But if you come to Nigeria, people are so you host, it's just another experience.
I know you, and I know you, and I know you. That's
exactly.
just it,
Yeah.
It's just another experience. But yeah, it's a very interesting landscape over here. I think it's been great. I did struggle for the first month, being that, especially when you're obviously your friends are not all here. I have my circle of friends here and stuff, and God bless them.
Okay.
But when your whole space is not here, you're basically navigating a new environment. Do you understand? navigating a new environment is different from, different.
Serious.
Back home, exactly.
All right.
So it's just like settling down in a new environment is always like, always got its pros and cons. But it's been great so far. I feel like I'm now more
relaxed.
Yeah, I'm now more relaxed.
All right, before we run out of the studio, if you change anything about the movie, tech, industry, what would be your first point of call?
As in who am I
if you're going to change anything about the industry, what you think you're going to maybe the word is not change now. If you're going to work on a better scale, like maybe on a better scale, what would you improve on in the Nigerian movie industry?
I don't think I have enough movie professional expertise to talk on that.
Okay.
But maybe from a financing perspective, I can add my
what we're looking
point.
at.
I'd say that there definitely needs to be more education for like VCs and investors to better understand the opportunities that is within the film industry, because like there's been a lot of investment into tech, for example, in Nigeria. For example, fintech being one of our fintech industry being one of the largest in the world right now. So that positioning means that as our creative industry is growing and giving more jobs and everything, there's obviously a massive opportunity. So I think is actually educating investors more just to see this opportunity and the potential market growth, and for us to actually now build and make an impact in actually funding projects, but not funding just small scale projects, funding projects at a larger scale. Because at the end of the day, if we are going to grow the market of the film industry, we need investors who are ready to put a bigger check, and it's just the dialogue. The dialogue has started. It's just continuing that and actually working with ecosystem builders who are going to actually come together and actually make the change that we want to see.
All right, that's cool.
All right, this is where we draw the curtains. Good to have you, Esther. Good to have you, Z. And please give our regards to the Gen Zs.
So before you even go, so what, do you have any word for, Gen Z that are looking into, going into the creative world?
Yes,
so what do you have to say? What do you have to tell them?
Okay, the first thing I'd say is that always try everything. I remember I tried everything. I've literally been I remember I did the placement even, biomedical engineering, and I ran. I said this isn't for me. But I did so many things that made me realize, okay, you know what, this is for me, this isn't for me. Because there's also a lot of people are talking about making money, community, all of this stuff. There's so many ways to make money and build community, but it's like, does it align with your values? Does it align with your passion? So finding that is going to make you have a better life in terms of your well-being and just happiness at work. And then, I think keep defying the odds. Don't mind these baby boomers and JK. We love y'all.
All right, this is where we draw the curtains. Good to have you, Esther. Thank you for being around. Don't stray breath. We're going to see the weatherman. When we come back, we'll talk more on the morning mix.
Alright, welcome back, guys. If you're just joining, this is the morning mix. Yes, we have been talking about a whole lot. Yes, so our guest just left. She told us how she intends to change the movie industry. She told us about her acting career and all of that. Yeah, we've been talking about disrupting the film industry.
And she told us also how she has been the cheerleader of Gen Z.
That is true.
I love this Gen Z. I love the Gen Z people. Honestly, I love the Gen. It's just that they need a year word, but I love them. Having conversations. Did there somebody told me? Jokes aside now.
Okay.
When people say think outside the box, I'm not a fan of that box. I don't have that box to think outside. I believe people do things differently, all right? So when I heard a Gen Z, probably because he's from the tech savvy, part of the Gen Z, and he said, bros, there's no box, so I do my thing the way I feel and understand. When he said that, that endeared me to him. I'm like, okay, all right. Somebody thinking like me from a Gen Z. And I've, a handful of them, I'm sorry, don't know how to think. You get me? But hey, that's a wonderful conversation with Z. It was nice having her around. Yes, it's that time where we get to gossip.
That's true.
Where we get to gossip.
Issues.
Aha. All right, one of the almost, no, should I call her one of the sexiest? Because she has it. She has it. She has it real good.
It's okay. Let's go on.
You know, so when you walk past her, you taste it, you feel it in your mouth, like,
You are always feeling something. You are always feeling.
What is that? And when you walk past her, you taste it in your mouth, like,
I don't understand what he's talking about.
Man, she's got the junk in the trunk. Anita Joseph. Yes, Anita Joseph just broke the ice. I mean, she scattered the table, took the table to Yalakara.
Wow.
Not only just sold it to Yalakara, stood there and poured kerosene and watched Yalakara burn the table and used to fry akara.
Wow.
And she said on social media, I gave my husband the money to pay for our bride price. And I'm asking myself, Kilo fa, what can fa?
Like,
she don't know, say she dey cast the guy.
Really necessary, yeah.
Is it necessary to do that?
I really do not know. Because I'm like, these guys are beautiful together, you know, both of them. So I was actually not expecting her to even say anything.
Even if
like
there's
that.
a problem, even if there's a problem in paradise. Hello. You see, I'm honest right now with you. You see, the first time I heard Tonto DK and what's his name, Churchill, you know, come out to make a mess of what they shared, what they once, you know, enjoyed, I felt very bad because I felt, okay, these are mature people. You don't bring your dirty linens outside. You should know that. Nobody should teach you how to do this. Now, Anita, I don't think there's a problem in the paradise.
But I don't think, I don't think anything is like...
there's a problem there. So why come out to tell... Is it a publicity stunt? Don't you know that it will come back to bite your husband? Maybe
she's thinking there is nothing wrong in, you know, giving your husband...
What are you saying?
Maybe that is what she's thinking. Maybe that was why she had to like,
how could you?
I mean...
Yeah, listen. No, there's some lines you shouldn't cross. See, the man's ego is at stake. Already they've been calling the guy touch and follow, follow. They've been calling the guy all sorts of names. Woman rapper, dosh. There's nothing they've not called that guy. Now you coming on to social media where you have insane, sane, not insane, like no brain. Just they have data and phone. I said it. The guy no get money. This one, it was just because already they've been tagging the guy a virus like he's feeding off Anita Joseph and all that. Now you, Anita Joseph, coming out to say, I gave my husband the money to pay for our bride price. Hello. Do you know what that means? That's stripping that guy naked in Trade Center.
I really don't know. But I don't know why she said that though. We don't know why she said that. But whatever.
Babe, you don't understand. There is no reason whatsoever. I know you're watching me right now. You're asking yourself, did she say it? How could she?
Yeah, because
there is no reason whatsoever. I don't even care what the problem is. Now, in this aspect, there's no problem in even if there's a problem in paradise.
I still saw their post and he still commented like everything is still fine and there is no problem.
Is it that women, you now like this, you people cannot just do something and close your mouth. That's how Auntie Tonto went to say Brother Churchill is. No. Let it not look like that's how
I get.
When she said it like 1 minute, I'm like, what? Wow. So wow.
You know what? I even saw something that somebody was even saying something like, if you buy something or if you spend on yourself, just say, oh, my husband got me this. My husband paid my the children's school fees. Even if you're the wife, you're the one paying.
You know why?
All.
Do you know why? You see, some people are born arrogant. I know some persons would not want to agree to this, but do your research. Some children are born arrogant. Some children are born brave. You get me? Now, when you dent your husband's image by letting the people or children know that daddy is incapable of buying or doing this or fixing this, you get me? They literally automatically just lose respect for daddy. No matter what. Some children are like that. No matter what you do to them, they'll be like, daddy, that cannot even take care of us. And they just tilt towards you and see you as the Messiah. You can ask your psychologist these things that I've said to you. Some children are born like that. For you not to hang or kill your husband or wife's reputation, I always advise spouse to say, oh, we bought it.
Yes.
The family bought it. All right? I'm not saying I came from the best, but my mom will always tell you, now we buy them. And I told you something, in my house, we're all boys. Nobody gets them. You can't say, "Nah, me get up." No, the man comes in and tell you, "I bought gin for the boys." You can't say it's my gin.
You have to like share.
This is my gin. You can't say it's my gin.
Wow.
And it worked to an extent when we started working and started earning our money. It wasn't a problem for us to say, "Okay, yo, if you wear that gin, come out now," because it's innate. We grew up like that.
Right.
Do you get me?
Yeah.
Now, coming back to this day family,
Right.
I don't think these people actually know what they're doing to their kids. See, somebody told me something. He said the way you raise your kids is like a time bomb or a landmine waiting for you to come and step on it. You get me?
Yeah.
And Anita Joseph, what if the child, or what if your child, that's if they have a child together, what if your child get to stumble on this news?
How would they feel?
Maybe daddy was incapable, or maybe daddy can't even make money like that again.
Then maybe
And
if something
happens and the child comes back to say, like, "Oh, mommy don't even know they're deadbeats." It doesn't really make sense, you know. But I'm still asking, why can't you people, your gender, just do something for us and just keep quiet?
I mean, you can't you should not generalize, because we have some people that the wife is, she is the one responsible for everything. But they're not
plenty.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That we still have some people that are still, they are not really, saying, "Oh, I did this. My husband is not capable. He can't do this," and all of that. So instead of just generalizing it, we just say, "Okay, you know what? We have some people that, okay, even if they do something, they will definitely let the next person know that, you know what, I did it myself." So don't come and say, "Oh, my husband bought me this, my husband did that."
It's only when you guys are dating newly, when this stuff is shocking you. You see a girl, literally, she's working, the guy's not working. Maybe the guy hasn't gotten a job yet, because when people start relationships, maybe two graduate and all that, sometimes the lady gets the job first. Most times the lady gets to start a job first. And she buys this for that, buy this for him, buys that for him, does this for him. She'll always say, he's a hustler, he does it for himself. We know all those things, yeah? But when you get married to this man eventually, you want to start casting the same man that you were protecting. And I'm asking, where's the logic? Where's the sense in it?
It's not casting. Maybe the guy is misbehaving somehow.
Oh,
so she now thinks,
this misbehavior, when they misbehave, even one on the date.
You know that we even have some guys that will still cast some ladies going. So it's not.
Don't go there. I don't want to. I don't want it to be an argument.
So you're just saying, "Oh, okay.
I don't want it to be an argument. I don't. Do you know? It's simple for a man. Yeah. It's very easy for a man to pick up a girl that has nothing. I mean, when I mean nothing,
they'll still say, "I brought you up from gutter. I
It's
picked
a
you
lie.
from the gutter."
It is not
They will
right.
use accent. "I picked you up from the gutter. I cleaned you up. Now you want to misbehave. Now you want to come on."
70% of the men pick the women when they don't have anything. So what are you saying now?
Hello, we have people that Come on, don't say that.
Can't see conscience all over your face. All right, we'll wrap it up here. This is where we say goodbye. Thank you for staying tuned. Join us again, same time, same station. My name is Eric Lemibe.
My name is Mrs. Samson. Don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms. Follow me on Instagram at Tomisi_Samson.
And follow me on Instagram, Twitter at The Real Daddy Swag. D, letter D, Real Daddy Swag. Do have a lovely day.
Bye.